Barren women shouldn't cry over husbands. They should thank the women who give them heirs. The room went silent when she said it. Every eye slowly turned toward me, and she smiled, proudly placing her hand on her pregnant belly. But what she didn't know was this. One phone call later, the truth would destroy both of them. For 10 years, people whispered the same word behind my back: barren. Family gatherings felt like courtrooms where I was silently judged. My husband Daniel never defended me. He just avoided the topic. At first, I believed he was protecting me. Later, I realized he was protecting himself. But the humiliation reached its peak the night Daniel brought his mistress to a company party. Yes, he didn't even try to hide it anymore. She walked beside him confidently in a tight red dress, her hand resting possessively on his arm. And when she saw me standing near the drinks table, she laughed softly. Then she said the words that made everyone freeze. Poor thing, 10 years of marriage and not a single child. She rubbed her stomach dramatically. But don't worry, I'm carrying Daniel's baby now. Finally, this family will have a real heir. Gasps filled the room. Someone dropped a glass. And Daniel? He just stood there, silent, not denying it, not defending me. That silence hurt more than her words ever could. But instead of screaming or crying, I simply took out my phone. One number, one call. Hello, Dr. Harris? Yes, I think it's time we release the results. The mistress laughed loudly. Results? What results? I looked straight into Daniel's eyes for the first time that night. The fertility tests. Now he went pale. 2 weeks earlier, after years of blame falling on me, I secretly scheduled a full medical examination for both of us. Daniel thought it was just another routine check, but the truth had come back, shocking even the doctors. The mistress crossed her arms confidently. Why does that matter? I'm already pregnant. The room waited. Dr. Harris's voice echoed from my phone speaker. Mrs. Carter, as stated in the report, your fertility is completely normal. A murmur spread through the guests. I continued calmly. But Daniel's results? The doctor cleared his throat. Mr. Carter has a condition that makes natural conception biologically impossible. The silence that felt like the world had stopped breathing. The mistress's smile slowly disappeared. Daniel's face drained of all color. Someone whispered, Then whose baby is she carrying? The mistress suddenly shouted, That's impossible, the test must be wrong. But I wasn't finished. I tapped my phone again and opened another document. A DNA pretest, I said softly. She stared at me in disbelief. How could you do a DNA test? The baby isn't even born. I smiled slightly. It's called a non-invasive prenatal test, very accurate. Then I turned the screen toward Daniel. The result was simple. 0% probability of paternity. Gasps erupted across the hall. Daniel staggered backward as if someone had punched him. The mistress looked around wildly, realizing the truth had just exposed her. But the worst part? The CEO of Daniel's company had been standing nearby the entire time. He folded his arms coldly. So you humiliated your wife publicly for a child that isn't even yours? Daniel opened his mouth, but no words came out. The mistress grabbed her purse and ran out of the room. Daniel tried to follow her. But before he could take 2 steps, the CEO spoke again. Don't bother coming to work tomorrow. Daniel froze. Your judgment clearly isn't fit for leadership. In a single night, he lost his marriage, his reputation, and his career. And I? For the first time in 10 years, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Peace. As I walked toward the exit, someone gently touched my arm. An older woman from the board whispered, You were never the barren one, dear. I smiled faintly. Because sometimes, the truth doesn't just set you free. It destroys the lies that tried to bury you.